Sweeties, how are you doing? Welcome to Naya Sim. Shout out to everyone. Shout out to all my members. Oh my goodness. Thank you so much for supporting my channel. I appreciate you all so much. If this is your first time of coming across this channel, sweetheart, kindly smash that subscribe button and turn your notification so you are notified each time I upload. And please give this video a thumb up. I appreciate you all so much, and I'm saying massive shout out to every one of you for all the love, support you all shower me here with. I am grateful, and you all are super sweet. So today we'll be talking something very vital. And before we get into this video, I want to say that every person, like, as the day goes by, we wake up to some nasty things. We thought it was going to stop at slavery learned skills, that Black people are still like calling them all out on their BS and all that. I think also same Florida, they are saying that it is better to be slave than being killed. I don't know how these people wake up each person there to gaslight themselves, not even us, to gaslight all of their entire distant generations, not my ancestors, that they want to gaslight. And how do you wake up to tell all this lie? They want to indoctrinate the kids and to tell you that run the shit Chinese is a fascist is just another statement. I keep saying it, and I'm going to keep hammering it, because I don't, if slavery was good as they are trying to paint it, if it was good, why are you all trying so hard to paint it blue and black? If it was as good, if it is as good as you all claim, why not teach it the way it is? Yes, so people will see. And then I want you all to know that African American history, or American history, even as it stands, it's a very African American history is well documented. If you type it on the internet, it is definitely going to give you what you are looking for. And then they are also looking for a way to erase everything about it, because they are the liars and keep calling Black people savages and keep saying that our history was your history is violent, when they are the violent ones. I am just rolling this clip. We'll come back to talk about it. Let me know what you all think in the comment section. So straight up, let's go do it.
Slavery is as old as time and has taken place in every corner of the world, even amongst the people I just left. Being taken as a slave is better than being killed, no? Before you judge, you must ask yourself, what did the culture and society of the time treat as no big deal?
Was that weird? For some context, in that video, children travel back in time and have a conversation with Christopher Columbus, who tells them slavery. Not that bad, right? Don't judge me, bro. Yeah, feels like a weird, YouTube video, right? Like something you might see in an extreme, Christian private school. And it is those things, but it's also part of curriculum that's been accepted to be taught to children in Florida who are in public school. Yep, Ron DeSantis' administration has approved Prager University videos to teach kids about slavery. PragerU is a fake, unaccredited far-right organization. One of their kids' videos has Christopher Columbus telling them that slavery was no big deal. Understandably, people have been concerned, but when the director of PragerU Kids has been interviewed, she says there's nothing to worry about.
She told me nothing in the videos is political or agenda-driven.
You know, I don't like putting kids in the middle of a culture war, and I don't think anyone here at PragerU Kids wants to put children who are in school in the middle of a culture war. That's not really what we're trying to do.
Oh, they don't want to put kids in a culture war. That is not what they are trying to do. So what are they trying to do? Well, according to Dennis Prager, the founder of PragerU, their lessons and conservative materials are indoctrination, the very thing that Ron DeSantis claims he's trying to protect kids in Florida from having happen to them. He wants to keep them from being indoctrinated, just not by this, apparently. Fortunately, Broward County School says they're not going to teach it, but that's just Broward County. Meanwhile, I hear a lot of boomers and even Gen Xers talk about kids today being too soft, taught to be too soft. They didn't grow up with the things that we grew up with. You know what a staple in my childhood was? National Geographic magazine. I learned about places all over the world I'd never heard of. I learned about animals I'd never heard of. Discovery of fossilized dinosaurs and other planets. Well, for a lot of kids, school starts this week in Florida, and I was forwarded an email that was allegedly sent to teachers in a school district here, advising them on how to deal with materials that have not been approved or vetted yet. Among them, National Geographic and American Reading readers, magazines, or supporting materials must be discarded. It goes on to say, you can take it home if you want. Otherwise, anything you take out, please place them outside your classroom and label them as trash. And custodial personnel will come around and collect them. It's not the woke agenda that won't let your kids look at National Geographic magazine. It's not the woke agenda that says slavery. Florida isn't where woke goes to die. It's where intellect goes to die.
Ladies, gentlemen, and thems, I present to you an example of what Prager University teaches the children.
Slavery is as old as time and has taken place in every corner of the world, even amongst the people I just left. Being taken as a slave is better than being killed, no? Before you judge, you must ask yourself, what did the culture and society of the time treat as no big deal?
This is the material that Ron DeSantis signed off on to be taught in Florida. Recently, I made a video talking about this in greater depth. It's 2 videos back from my video talking about Sh0wed, so feel free to go look it up if you want. I'm not going to go into a deep dive in this video as to why this is just horrific and how insanely hypocritical it is of Ron DeSantis to approve of Prager University curriculum when he is anti-indoctrination, yet Prager University straight up calls itself indoctrination. I'm not going to get into all that. I just want to say this, and I hope y'all follow along with me. If you want to teach children that there has been slavery all over the planet, I'm fine with that, because it's true. Whether you were an indentured servant, which was typically saved for white people, or a literal slave, Caucasians, African Americans, Africans, Hispanics, Asians, Indians, Native Americans, every group of people at some point in time in history has experienced slavery. If you want to teach kids that, I'm fine. But do not put a spin on it saying, well, you know, it's better to be enslaved than to be killed. Well, you know, before you judge, we have to think about the time period. And back then, what wasn't considered a big deal. If you don't see the problem with that, you're hopeless. Also, unlike other countries out there, America was literally built off of slaves. So when you teach kids about American slavery, you better tell them that America took it way farther. This man is Dennis Prager, obviously, and his goal is to indoctrinate children with far-right conservative ideology. If you currently live down in Florida and you want to have a family, do not have it down in Florida. Existing is already hard enough. To be a child growing up in Florida is a cruel and unusual punishment.
Being taken as a slave is better than being killed, no? Before you judge, you must ask yourself, what did the culture and society of the time treat as no big deal?
That video was from PragerU, which has officially been approved as a vendor for Florida public schools. Take a look at what else they have to say.
I'm certainly not okay with slavery, but the Founding Fathers made a compromise to achieve something great, the making of the United States.
And this tweet might be from a while ago, but it says, if there is no God, murder isn't wrong, which I don't know what that's teaching kids.
And how about what they say about women or girls?
One of the most beautiful things God has created is a woman's smile. It can fill a room with energy and joy. Just try smiling and see how it affects the people around you.
Most gender stereotypes exist because they reflect the way that men and women are naturally different. And those differences aren't bad. Men and women complement each other and create a well-balanced family and community. So don't let anyone tell you it's bad to fit stereotypes.
That's PragerU.
How can there be slavery in America when the Founding Fathers said that all men are created equal?
Yeah, and I've heard that some of those Founding Fathers owned slaves. What about that?
Children, our Founding Fathers knew that slavery was evil and wrong.
They did.
And they knew that it would do terrible harm to the nation. They wanted it to end, but their first priority was getting all 13 colonies to unite as one country. The southern colonies were dependent on slave labor, and they wouldn't have joined a union that had banned it.
Are you okay with that?
I'm certainly not okay with slavery, but the Founding Fathers made a compromise to achieve something great, the making of the United States.
That is racist, right-wing PragerU using a white man to voice Frederick Douglass so that he can justify slavery and racism. in Florida is going to allow that racist organization to indoctrinate kids in schools. Just thought you should know.
What the hell? I mean, this is insane. Florida schools are now teaching kids using Prager University videos, a far-right propaganda organization that's not actually a university. One of the videos they're being taught features a cartoon Christopher Columbus saying being taken as a slave is better than being killed. What? Oh, and don't worry, it gets worse. If you needed any more idea as to who PragerU is, it's a strictly political curriculum. And if you needed any more idea as to what PragerU is, they believe that American schools are indoctrinating students who are being taught radical ideas about critical race theory, systemic racism, gender fluidity, anti-Americanism, and that math is racist. So total BS. None of that is happening. It's just a Republican-funded education. PragerU has previously praised Confederate General Robert E. Lee for crushing an attempted slave rebellion. They've been slammed for the lies in their videos claiming that Europe is, quote, committing suicide by allowing mass migration and that whiteness and conservatism are under attack and more. So like insanity, just insanity is what they're teaching. And on top of all of that, civic groups like the Southern Poverty Law Center and the Anti-Defamation League have also criticized PragerU's videos, describing some as, quote, a dog whistle to the extreme right and filled with anti-immigration and anti-Muslim rhetoric. Yeah, those are the people that Florida is now bringing into our classrooms in their state. Insane.
Yeah, but what about slavery? You didn't deny that.
Deny? No. Slavery is as old as time and has taken place in every corner of the world, even amongst the people I just left. Being taken as a slave is better than being killed, no? I don't see the problem.
Okay, real talk. If slavery is not that bad, according to you all, why is it that you are so afraid of black supremacy, black nationalists? If it's not that bad, why are you so afraid of a hypothetical? Like black people don't even want to. We want you to stop killing us, and we want you to leave us alone. We don't want you to be slaves. We don't want you to be subservient to us. At least I don't. I just want to be left the fuck alone. So why are you so afraid of a hypothetical? If slavery wasn't that bad. Think of all the skills you could learn. You could learn to season your food. You could learn to bathe. The more I think about this, the better it sounds. You could learn not to wear your outside clothes in the bed. God damn. You could learn to care about the well-being of others instead of your individualistic mindset. Holy shit. I changed my mind.
Yeah, but
I spent last night watching horror films, also known as PragerU educational videos, curriculum that they're going to be implementing into Florida public schools. These are a nightmare. You probably already saw the one that I did on Christopher Columbus, or you've seen it around the internet. That was pretty rough. But last night, I spent several hours going through all the videos that they have available in this Leo and Layla series. It's bad. It's bad, y'all. It's so bad. Because a lot of it is really nuanced, right? And so some of it really does require that you have an understanding, a pretty good understanding of history to realize the nuance that they are injecting into this, the indoctrination that they're putting into this curriculum. And then some of it, like this one on Frederick Douglass, is pretty obvious. All right, let me take you through it. So first, the video starts out with the two kids just watching TV, and they're flipping through all these news clippings about people protesting, and it's such a weird time.
Bob, despite some violence and destruction by some of our angrier activists, we're seeing mostly peaceful protests.
Protesters are demanding that the police be abolished.
Well, Clint, these local activists want to abolish the police. They're claiming systematic oppression and want the U.S. system torn down.
What is going on? Things are so weird right now.
I know. Mrs. Calder gave us an assignment today about being activists for justice.
Isn't Mrs. Calder your math teacher?
Yeah, we learn math, but we spend a lot of time learning about the stuff they talk about in the news.
That's weird. Isn't math class supposed to be for math?
First of all, Mrs. Calder seems like a damn good time, so they're lucky to have this teacher. Second of all, did you see that? Did you see the 2 mentions about the police? That people want to tear the whole structure down? No. People just want to end systemic racism. That's going to require rebuilding the system. So the language that they're using, even, so much propaganda. But now they're going to take their little time travel device and they're going to go back to 1852 and they're going to meet Frederick Douglass. And it's a long conversation. I'm just going to show you some snippets. Trigger warning, all the bad things.
Slavery was part of life all over the world. It was America that began the conversation to end.
So they also do this several times where they minimize the problem of slavery. They act as if, oh, it's been around since the dawn of time. So, oh, well, like, I guess we should just roll with it. And then they also do the thing where they make America the focal point. Like, we're the ones that try to solve this problem on a global scale. We're the one, like, America first. A lot of that propaganda.
Have you kids heard of William Lloyd Garrison?
No.
Nope.
He's an abolitionist like me, and he and I used to be friends, but we aren't any longer. We don't agree how to solve problems. William refuses all compromises, demands immediate change, and if he doesn't get what he wants, he likes to set things on fire.
Sounds familiar.
Sounds like you know the type.
Yeah, we've got that type in our time.
So, you're trying to work for change inside of the American system.
Precisely, Layla. Our system is wonderful, and the Constitution is a glorious liberty document. We just need to convince enough Americans to be true to it.
And people like Garrison don't just want slavery abolished, but the whole American system?
You are correct. His approach is called radical. That means a complete fundamental change of everything.
That seems silly. There are so many amazing things about America.
Well, your way is definitely better. It's the right way to get...
I'm sorry, someone remind me. Are the Republicans the party that's so concerned about indoctrinating our children? What the hell is this? Here's the finale. Here's the grand finale.
So, Mr. Douglas, do you think we should be activists, just not radical ones?
Layla, your America where people are free and everyone is equal under the law sounds pretty great. But no place is perfect. So it's good to listen to activists who want to improve things. But they have to be willing to work inside our system. And they have to understand that change usually requires patience and compromise.
200-something years.
Then you might want to join their cause. But if they are radicals like Garrison, you and your brother will be best served to stay away.
I think I'm just gonna worry about surviving middle school for now.
That sounds wonderful. And you, Leo?
I'm just gonna worry about being a kid.
Did they just have Frederick Douglass tell 2 kids that it's fine not to worry about a systemic oppression? Just go on about your life. Enjoy being a kid. Don't worry about all the inequities. Don't even look around. Don't notice them. This one's also pretty bad. It's not as bad, but I will bring you this one next. I'm just going to go through all of them. We're going to go through all of these videos and call them out where we need to. So buckle up.
So we needed to pop on and talk to you a little bit about what's going on with curriculum in Florida. I think you've seen us talking about the fact that Prager University's curriculum has been approved for the entire state of Florida as supplemental materials. As the week has gone on, more of their lessons and sample videos have been coming out to the public. And this one in particular right here is shocking. It's misleading. It's a lie. It is not accurate history. So one of their videos features a cartoon of Christopher Columbus saying, quote, "Being taken as a slave is being better than killed." This is literally a video that Florida teachers are allowed to show elementary students right now, today, in 2023. We are going to have an entire podcast on this concerning trend coming up in the next week, so watch for that and let us know what else you're seeing.
So this is all, excuse me, I got from the stitches, and it looks like, it's getting more intense and interesting every day by day. You know, we thought it was all gonna stop at slavery learned skills and all that, but like it seems that they are not even giving up and they just want to keep telling lies. And not just telling lies, these are the lies they are also going to tell kids, and it's just horrible. I mean, if they say slavery was not that horrible, why are they trying so hard to cover it? Why are they playing out so hard to, like, you know, to make it look like it was, like, you know, it was bad, but not as bad as you think. I mean, no matter how good you try to paint it, it is never going to be good. It is never great. This is Americans' greatest shame. And they are trying as much as they can to cover everything up. But then, how do you want to cover up people's history? How do you want to cover up people's, like, you know, foundation? How do you want to go about it? That's why, most especially in Florida, Florida is just a very horrible place. Like, it is not even a very good place for a black person, because I don't see how somebody, like, you know, how all the person is doing is just working so hard to cover up so many lies. Like, how many lies are you gonna lie, or are you gonna tell to cover up all this? Because it's almost like you cannot cover it up, because like American history, or should I say Black American history, African American history, are all documented, like well documented. Each time anything you want to search on, just type it on and then you find it is a well documented history. And people coming out to watch it and at the same time indoctrinate kids, it's something I don't just even understand. How do you tell people that it is better to be slave than being killed? Like, what kind of idea, like what kind of thinking is that? Because I don't see how somebody woke up to think of something like this and now put it into something writing and then put it into character, and they want to like teach this to people. And the more we keep saying, the more are coming out, only in Florida. And then there is something I noticed about it. When something works in a particular state, they also, other states look for a way to, like, you know, take, like, if you all notice what has been going on in Texas, it's as good, it's as horrible as what is going on in Florida. So when this person learned and feel like this is going on great here, they try to look for another state will look for a way to copy them and all of that. And they keep saying, and they keep coming out to say they are not fascists, they are not racist, but it is all over. It is all over written that Florida is just, I mean, Ron the Ship Senate is just a very horrible person and a fascist. Yes. And each day that goes by, he looks for a way to bring out one or two lies to, like, you know, put into the school system. Like, cancel everything black, erase everything black. It's really horrible. If the history is not as horrible, as bad as it is, or as bad as you are saying, why are you trying to paint it red? Or why are you trying to paint it? Is there need to paint it? There is no need to paint it. Teach it the way it is, if it was not bad. This is where I am going to draw the curtain. Thank you so much. See you all in my next video. Bye for now.